regulars here at Blues Fest. We have Hussy, Hicks, we have Jules and Lisa joining us at the 2022 event, which has finally got underway. Welcome, ladies. Good to see you again.
It's so good to be here.
It is.
Now, you've not long come off stage after, I think, what is your last appearance for this festival? You still got another set to go.
We have one more tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cast your mind back to the first time, which you got on the stage here in the 2022 event. That is, what was the sense of emotion walking out onto a stage again, seeing a large crowd, hearing the screams and that sort of stuff? Everything that we've missed over the last 2 years or so.
I would say just pure joy, pure joy and bliss for being back doing what we love in exactly the place that we love to do it, we've been waiting for this for a couple of years now, and stepping on stage was just magical, and all of the artists, all of the crew, all of the soundies, and the stage crew, everyone is just happy. We're all so happy to be back doing what we love.
Yeah, we've been speaking with a lot of other artists who have been talking about what they've been doing in their downtime. I mean, some of it good, some of it not so good, sort of thing. Yeah, I guess people like yourselves are extremely creative. So what would you think of things that you did during that 2-year period which were a bit outside of your comfort zone that you might I might go back to doing whatever that item was?
Well, we focused a lot of our energy on things that we could achieve. So a lot of that was studio based. Jules spent a lot of time rebuilding and setting up the studio. Unfortunately, to have it all washed away by floodwaters a couple of weeks back, but that was a huge part of.
Yeah, just doing tangible things that you could rely on. Because we all know, you put a tour in the calendar, and there'd be another border closure or something like that. But yeah, we did a lot of recording, and spent a lot of time setting up a space that we could do that in. So had that have not all washed away, then
and we'll get to that in a minute, because obviously, it's obviously a big thing, especially for the area in which we are now. So, and obviously both of you were heavily impacted by that. But let's go back to Gather the People, the last album, where I guess you pulled in a lot of songwriters from not only around the globe, but just people from outside of the band for, I guess, what might have been one of your first times in your career. How was it working with extra people, piling in all of their ideas and so forth?
Oh, look, we have always been musical hussies. That's been sort of the foundation of our collaboration, has been our hussiness as far as musicians are concerned. So, working with other people is pretty much what spurs us on.
Yeah, and we really wanted to. It's the first album we'd done since Ali joined the band, so we really wanted Trace and Ali to have a huge input into all the songwriting and creativity for that album. So, yeah, we made sure that when we went to the studio, we just kept it fun. And as soon as we weren't having fun, we'd just do something stupid.
We'd swap instruments. We'd draw out the name of an instrument. We'd just write it down and pop it in a hat, and so whoever drew out that instrument had to go and play it.
Sounds like a school band back in primary school.
Exactly, but it was fun, And if you were getting in a rut, then it would just totally, snap you out of it. So
just trying to make sure we were all we all enjoyed the process, and that was the beauty. I was running the buttons for a lot of it, and not having someone else that you're on their clock, it meant we could just really be ourselves and create when we wanted, chill out when we wanted.
Yeah. And is there something that you think that may be a constant in your career going forward from what you've learned from that experience?
Oh, definitely. I mean, Jules is an excellent producer. Jules has an incredible ability to pull magic out of people, to pull magical performances out of people, and that's definitely one of her gifts. And I think we both love the studio environment. We love all of the endless possibilities, and yeah, I think that hopefully will be something that, you know, we go into old age doing, you know, recording and having fun and making it just a really beautiful, enjoyable, creative process.
Let's talk about Same Boat, one of your more recent tunes. The lyric, I'm paddling, which is a recurring shout out during it. Talk us through what that, it's got so many different connotations, especially what we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
Initially, the song was written in the first lockdown period. So I guess probably May 2020. The lyric, looks like we're in the same boat, came about because we all were. The entire music industry had just been ground to a halt, you know, so it didn't matter if you were at the very beginning of your career or if you were you know, one of Australia's finest established artists. None of us could get out and do what we wanted. So that was the crux of the song, and obviously since then it's taken on a whole other meaning, you know, but the metaphor just being, you know, okay, here we all are in the same boat.
Yeah, we're paddling.
And it lent itself to that kind of like frivolous 80s fun vibe. So we really lent into that with the recording. And Jules studied, you know, Cyndi Lauper snare sounds and all of this sort of thing so that we could, you know, present
Talking,
it.
She's So Unusual era of Cyndi Lauper? Or, yeah.
That's exactly the
I
one.
know the snare sound you're talking about.
Yeah, so we just tried to have as much fun with it as possible, and then obviously we released it on the 28th of February. We released it to radio, and that was the day that the biggest flood in the history of this area hit us. You know, 2 meters more water than we'd ever experienced in white history before. So yeah, Same Boat has taken on a whole other kind of aspect.
Yeah, and as you alluded to, you know, it's impacted your studio. Obviously, as a recording artist, you live and work to some extent within the badly affected area of Lismore. So I guess off the back of that, how important is something like Blues Fest to the Northern Rivers region to come at this time to, I guess, not only bring back that spirit of entertainment and joy, but obviously the economic benefits that come off that for the local businesses here?
Yeah.
It's pretty important.
Yeah.
It's really important to us.
Yeah, it's something, it's just been a little beacon of hope in the calendar, and we've watched it. This is 4th time lucky.
Yeah.
So had something have happened where this didn't happen this year, I don't know how we would have gone after the month we've had, but having this little magical escape from the scraping mud and pulling out floorboards and throwing insulation out, and being able to get back to what it is that gets us out of bed every day, which is things like festivals, like exactly like this. This is why we do what we do. So having this happen finally again has, you know, I know a lot of people in our region who find this weekend to be a very important landmark in their happiness, and you know, that's just the soul stuff, but and then there's all the financial stuff. This is a huge bringer of funds into the area, and for an area that's been smashed to have this go ahead in the face of so much water. Like, you know, a few weeks ago when we were smashed by the second flood, we were terrified that this site would be destroyed, but they've just done such an amazing job to you know, I guess
deliver the festival.
Yeah,
They've delivered the festival.
Yeah, that's it.
You know,
We're
with
experiencing it.
so much adversity, and here we all are. It's magical.
Yeah.
It's so good.
suppose.
So as we chart our way out of floods and pandemic and drought and everything else sort of thing, what is the future for you guys, I guess, as things like international borders start to open up and the all-important overseas touring market, which you've been a long part of throughout your career? What are the plans on that front?
We're heading back to Europe in August.
Oh wow, okay.
We're planning a European tour August, September. And, you know, we don't know what the world is like out there now. For years, we perfected a circuit of festivals and club shows throughout Germany, Italy, France, the Netherlands, Belgium, the UK, Ireland, you know, the States. And everything is different now. So the way that we are approaching this is we're gonna pretend like we're starting out again, and we'll just go and we will play any little hole in the wall bar that will have us, and we will just throw ourselves back into the touring life because it's what keeps us sane and happy, and it's also what keeps our creative juices flowing, you know. So yeah, so we're gonna just we're gonna throw ourselves into it and get out and tour and see what the world has to offer us.
Yeah, a great positive outlook, and yeah, wishing you both, Jules and Lisa, all the best with that.
Thank
Thank
you.
Can we get you to play a tune for us now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do.
Excellent.
We'll do same boat.
Let's do it.
All right. We've never done this on a resonator before, so.
All I want is to be by your side. All I need is to enjoy the ride. Oh, we have nothing else and we have time. And everything I know fall in line. It is not happening. Looks like we're in the same boat. Looks like we're in the same boat. I'm paddling, but I don't get anywhere anyway. I guess the tide has turned against us now. Like a flower eats the summer rain. You and me are out at sea again. Take control, although it's something very hard to find. Use your place, there's nowhere to rewind. It's not happening. Looks like we're in the same boat. Looks like we're in the same boat. I'm paddling, but I don't get anywhere anyway. Looks like we're in the same boat. Looks like we're in the same boat. I'm paddling, but I don't get anywhere anyway. I guess the tide has turned against us now. I guess the tide has turned against us now. I guess the tide